everyone, welcome back to the channel, the Authentic Consultation. Today I'm just going to get straight into things. So what I want to give you today is all of the secrets that I share with people when they pay to come in and have a skincare consultation with me. I'm going to take you through all of the skin education that I share with my clients so that you can really understand how your skin works, how treatments and products are meant to work in your skin, where they're meant to get down to, and how that's really going to benefit so you can make better choices with your skincare in the long term. Now, again, if you're new to this channel, like I said, my name is Zoe. I am the Authentic Esthetician is my YouTube channel, but I also own an aesthetic skincare clinic based in Kenilworth, Warwickshire, which is called Authentic Aesthetics. And I also own a skin clinic coaching business, which is called the Skin Clinic Coach. So really lovely to have you here. Let's just get straight into it. These are the different layers of your skin. So you have your epidermal layers, which are your surface layers of skin. You have your middle layer, which is your dermal layer. And then you have your fat layer, which is the hypodermis, basically. So when we're looking at the difference between your beauty, cream on facials, you know, they're nice, they're relaxing, but our goal in aesthetics is always to get down to that deeper dermal layer. This is the living layer of your skin. It's where you make all your own hydration, elastin, collagen. It's where all your blood vessels are. It's where your oil producing glands are. To make any real long-term change in your skin, we have to get down to that dermal layer. And the way that we're able to do that is by using lots of high-dose active ingredients, lots of exfoliating elements, whether that be physical exfoliation or acid-based exfoliation. And this is going to basically open the skin up so we can get down to those deeper layers. Exfoliation is really important within our skin treatments, but also within our skin care. And that's because of what's known as your skin cycles. So, you know, you look at kids and they just have the most perfect skin. And yes, it's because it hasn't been damaged. They're making lots of collagen, elastin, hydration, but also because their skin cycles are renewing every single month like clockwork. And as we get older, just like everything else in our body, that process starts to slow down. So we always want to encourage that process to take place to get rid of the dead skin and replace it with that fresh, healthy new skin. And that's really important for what's known as your skin's barrier function. So your skin is the biggest organ in your body and it's our biggest protective layer from any harmful substances and bacteria trying to penetrate into it, but also for what's known as transepidermal water loss, because we can lose nutrients from the inside of our skin out, basically. So what we want to do is make sure your skin is really, really strong, healthy and resilient, so we keep bad stuff out and keep good stuff in. That's the general idea. Now, most people have a weakened barrier function. And the reason this has happened is they've got lots and lots of layers of stuck down dead skin. And this can lead to premature aging, skin disease, skin disorders, that sort of dull complexion, all the things we don't want. Now, this is controversial and it's going to go against everything you've ever been taught, but the biggest culprit of this weakened barrier function is traditional moisturizer. And I'll explain, you know, it will make sense when we go through it. So when you're looking at your traditional high street moisturizers, for example, they focus much more on, does it look nice? Does it feel nice? Does it smell nice? You put it on top of your face and you have that thick, creamy, heavy, rich feeling and it feels fantastic. But what we want to do is focus on getting within the skin, as we've already talked about. We want to get down to that dermal layer of the skin. So when we're putting lots of moisture on top of the skin, what starts to happen is you essentially start to stick and glue down those dead skin cells, which leads to that weakened barrier function. But also, if we have lots of moisture on the surface of our skin, it actually sends messages to those deeper layers where you make natural hydration to say, oh, I'm saturated, I don't need any more moisture. And your skin gets lazy and relies on the moisturizer to hydrate it, but all it's doing is hydrating those dead skin cells. There's no benefit to that. So the biggest way you can tell if you've essentially got this like addiction to moisturizer in your skin is if when you get out the shower, if your skin feels tight until you put a cream on it, that is a typical telltale sign that your skin is essentially craving that moisturizer to hydrate it, but all it's doing is hydrating that dead skin layer. The only people that genuinely need to use a thick, heavy external moisturizer are people who are born with dry skin conditions. So if you have eczema, psoriasis, anything like that, then yes, you will need to use a physical moisturizer. But otherwise, what we want to focus on is what's known as hydrators that are very small molecules and can drip feed through those skin cells to hydrate the skin from the inside out. Things like your hyaluronic acid, your B5, your ceramides, things like that are going to help to hydrate the skin from the inside out. But also stimulatory ingredients like acids, retinol, these all stimulate your skin's natural ability to hydrate itself. So not all skincare is made the same. As you can probably tell, I am a big lover of medical grade skincare because it is research based. So a lot of people haven't heard of the sorts of brands that I use in my clinic, for example, like Zeo Skin Health and Illumia, because they are clinic only brands. Now, it's because they have very active ingredients. You can't just pick up a product off the shelf and be like, oh, I'll give this a go, like most people do when they walk into Boots, because a lot of products aren't going to be right for everyone. They're very specific to different skin types. You may have different reactions, and you need a professional that can help you through that process. When you're looking at your high street products, you walk into Boots, pick up a product and buy it, and no one questions you as to any of these things. They don't ask about your medical history or your skin type or any of these things. So as I said, it's much more about how does it feel, how does it look, how does it smell. Again, my biggest question to people, if your moisturizer is working, then why is your skin still dry? You should always be questioning, is your skincare doing what you're using it for? So I should hope that if you are interested in skincare, you should know that SPF is the most important thing that you should be doing for your skin every single day. When we're looking at anti-aging, preventing premature aging, you literally cannot get any better than an SPF. It's so important. So a lot of people know about having like a high factor, but if you've got it within another product or within makeup, it's better than nothing. But I would always say to be using a standalone SPF, because that's going to give you the best protection for the longest time as well. So a broad spectrum SPF 50. Now, when I say a broad spectrum, we have the sun's rays, so the UVA and UVB rays, but then there's also this scary rays called the HEV rays. Now, these are emitted from things like your laptop screens, your phones, your TVs, things you're in front of your TVs, things you're in front of all day, every day. So we always want to be making sure you've got that broad spectrum protection. Make sure your SPF has a UVA, UVB, HEV, and for the best protection, an infrared protection as well. Some of you may have already seen this photo. It was doing around on socials, but this was a trucker over in America. He was a trucker for 28 years. Now, this side of his face was exposed to the sun every day, and this side wasn't. So this is the sort of long-term damage that the sun really does have on your skin. Again, when we're looking at anti-aging, that is the process that we're trying to prevent premature aging. You literally cannot get a better product than SPF. When I hear people using things like retinol and not using an SPF, I literally want to blow my brains out, because it is the most counterproductive thing that you can do. Here we have two twin sisters, both 40. This one used an SPF every day and didn't smoke, made good lifestyle choices, but this one didn't use an SPF and smoked. So when we're looking at, it's not just the sun exposure, but also your lifestyle choices will definitely have an impact on your skin. Not just smoking and drinking, but also food choices as well. I know there's a lot more research that has come out recently about the effect of high sugar, high ultra processed food diets on the skin. I'm sure you can see that for yourself. So not saying that you can't have things that you want to enjoy, but trying to keep them to a minimum. And especially if you have things like acne and rosacea, looking for your triggers. Like if you have red wine and the next day you have a massive breakout, maybe stay away from red wine. just an option, a precaution there for you guys. So I hope that's helped to educate you a little bit more in your skin health and how your skin works, because really knowledge is power. And I know there's a lot of information online at the moment, but it all tends to be very clickbaity from TikTokers who don't really have any understanding or training in the skin. And a lot of the time they're being paid by companies to promote products. So as always, we have our giveaway as part of this today. Thank you for staying tuned till the end. Now, again, I'm giving away a free consultation with myself. Again, you can either come to my clinic in Kenilworth, or we can do this by video call. We can go through your skincare and I can make specific recommendations that are going to work for your skin. Again, to enter, all you have to do is like this video and subscribe to the channel, and I will be announcing the winner in the next couple of weeks. Thanks again, guys, and I will see you soon.